One of the most critical components of a radio is the antenna that is connected to it. While a radio does need sufficient power and positioning to maximize its range, it is the antenna that determines the ultimate fate of the signal to be sent and received. Now there's a new contender entering the antenna arena, a brand called Mellowave.
Yeah, I'm super excited that we finally are having this show where we're talking about the Mellowave antenna products. These products have been in the works for a long time. Who is Mellowave? Mellowave is a new brand currently focused on two-way radio accessories. As Rick said, like antennas and mounting accessories. Now, what's exciting about Mellowave, to us anyway, is that the same people bringing you buy2wayradios.com and the Two Way Radio Show are the same people behind the Mellowave antennas. We are directly in touch with consumers. We already work with suppliers on GMRS radios and things like that. We hear our ears to the ground. We know what people are looking for. So we think that perhaps we can do a good job coming up with antennas and mounts and maybe other products like that going forward.
So with this new Mellowave brand, what can consumers expect from this product line?
The products that we put out under the Mellowave brand are going to do what we claim they will do. Mm-hmm. If we're saying here's a good value antenna that's a Mellowave, then it will be. It'll be a low price and it'll work well. If we're saying that an antenna is a great antenna, well built, and high quality materials, and it has a high price, it will be worth the price that we put on it. It's going to do what we say it will. And what we're looking for is for these products to perform better than competitive products at the same dollar price. So, for example, if we have an antenna that's $40, it will work better than competitive products at the same price. That is our goal, and we're testing things to make sure that's the case. High quality, they've got a good quality look and feel. I think they look cool.
And they have some cool names too, right?
I think they have a cool name.
A couple of them have cool names. Yeah. Let's look at the primary products here. Now, we're talking about antennas. We're also talking about antenna mounts and mounting accessories. Let's look at the antennas first and see what we have here.
That's probably a good idea. Let's start with the antennas, then we'll go on to mounts for the antennas.
Right.
We are launching this brand with two GMRS antennas. Probably most popular antenna is going to be the Shadow, which is a very small NMO antenna that is tuned precisely for GMRS.
This is in the 462 to 467 megahertz range.
462 to 467. In our test, the SWR is fantastic on this antenna at this range. Now, a lot goes into SWR. Mm-hmm. We've talked about this before. It depends on your mounts, your cable. If you've got coils in your cable, things like that can affect SWR. In our test, this antenna has excellent SWR on GMRS frequencies and excellent performance on GMRS frequencies.
So this is a quarter wave antenna.
Quarter wave.
With a 3 dB gain. And this is very, very, it has a very low profile.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to start with an antenna that basically would be good for many, many uses. Mm-hmm. So, you don't want, probably if you have a newer car, you have a normal looking car, you're not like you have a normal looking car, Rick.
Do I?
Yeah, you're not going to want to put a 4-foot antenna like the one we're about to talk about after the Shadow. You're not going to want to put something like that on your car, probably.
I don't know. I've seen some guys that started off with normal looking cars, and by the time they're done, they have 10 radios inside and 14 antennas on the back and the roof, and it doesn't look like a normal looking car anymore. Yeah,
we have a couple guys like that here, don't we?
Yeah.
That's great. I love to see it.
And one of them took the shadow out and put it through its paces, tested it around, as I recall, he had some pretty good feedback on it. He got, he didn't get feedback on his radio. He was getting good, we got good feedback on the performance.
Feedback, not bad feedback.
Right. We had good feedback on the performance of the antenna. He said it really got out pretty far and was pretty clean.
Right. And, we really are making these custom for GMRS. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't believe how many similar products we buy and test to make sure that this one works better. And even when they say most of the time that they are built for GMRS, they're just, when you put them on the spectrum analyzer, they're business UHF antennas that cover a very wide range that includes GMRS, but they're not optimal for GMRS.
So the center frequency on this is going to be really right there in the GMRS range.
Yeah, it is.
And what is also pretty nice about this antenna, it's an NMO for one thing, which means that it's going to be compatible with a wide variety of NMO type mounts. We have a few of them in this line that we're going to talk about later. But what this means is that if you have another antenna with an NMO mount on it, it's just a matter of just unscrewing that one and pretty much screwing this on the mount, and you're pretty much good to go.
Yeah, that was definitely a consideration with an NMO style mount. If you've already got a mount on your vehicle, then it saves you a lot of trouble if you just have to unscrew your old antenna and replace it with the new one and not have to worry about running a mount. Because installing the mount is really where the work is when it comes to setting up an antenna on your vehicle.
Mm-hmm.